Greetings, captains, and welcome to this Explain 10 video. Today we're going to be flying from Chopin, Poland to Vienna, Austria, and today we're going to have a virtual co-pilot assist us with the different phases of flight, starting from the pre-flight checklist all the way to the landing checklist. We're going to of course be using Multicrew Experience plugin for Explain. Multicrew Experience is a plugin that has been around for a very long time. The development of this plugin started for FSX and prepared, and it was then a version for Explain was developed for us to enjoy. I've had this plugin for the longest time. I haven't really fiddled around with it, so I decided today to do a full flight using MCE. The reason I like MCE is that it gives you a lot of latitude in terms of what you want to use, so you can maximize the use of the features that it offers you or minimize them according to your liking. Another thing that I like about Multicrew Experience is it allows you to also interact with the built-in ATC of Explain, as well as interface with Radar Contact 4. I believe they've developed a plugin to help interface RC4 with Explain, the same guys that developed MCE. So captains, here's what we're going to do today. We're going to first take a look at our flight plan and our airport charts for our arrival into Vienna, and then we will load the aircraft with passengers and fuel, and once that's done we will then hand over to our co-pilot to assist us with the power-up and departure from Chopin, Poland. So without further ado, captains, let's go ahead and take a look at our flight plan. So for our flight plan today, we're going to have a release fuel of 11,864 pounds, and our zero fuel is 103,750. Okay. So we're a bit heavy today for our takeoff, but we should be fine. We're carrying about 143 passengers altogether. Flight plan today. This is our plan route today for our flight. So we're going to be taking off runway 11 from Chopin via the Evan for Alpha departure. So that's our SID, and then we're going to take airway November 744 all the way to Tosin, and at that point we will begin our descent into Vienna. I'm not sure that we're going to have enough distance there. Hopefully we'll be fine, but we will, as soon as we begin the descent, we're going to take a Mike 984 airway, and we'll exit at Mnichów, which is the beginning of our star into, this is the transition for our star into Vienna. So as you can see, this is a short flight. This is basically what it looks like here on the map. And we're going to actually be arriving runway 34, it looks like. Let's see here. Yes, runway 34. One word about PFPX. The reason I like it is that it is very easy to use, and it calculates the prevailing winds, and so it sets up the SIDS and stars for you. It has done this without fail, and normally I do get the proper assignment for the departing and arriving runways. All right, let's take a look at our charts. Okay, now Navigraph is an excellent application. It's got all airports around the world, so I highly recommend it. Let's go ahead and take a look here at Vienna. So we are going to, it looks like we're going to be coming from the south. Okay. Let's see here. No, we're actually coming from the north. Yeah, we're coming from the north through Mnichów right there. And that's Mabod, that's our, the beginning of the star. And then it's ILS runway 34. So that's the one right there. So we're going to be coming right here all the way down, and then we're going to land this way. So we are coming, yes, that's the correct one. So we need to be at 3000 to intercept the localizer, so we need to bear that in mind. And of course the frequency is 108.1, but we don't need that, as the Boeing FMC will automatically get that for us. Okay, so let's go ahead and load up the aircraft with fuel and get out of here. Welcome to the flight deck, captains. Let's go ahead and bring ground services here and set our fuel. Let's check one more time because I frankly can't remember. So release fuel, so we'll say 12,103.750. Okay, so let's add the fuel. So we've got 12,000 fuel, and our zero fuel today is 103. So that's done. Let me adjust our center of gravity for, let's see. Okay, that's good enough, 17.1. So we're all set over here. And now let's go ahead and begin powering the aircraft. Cockpit preparation procedure, please.
Will do, Captain. Parking brake set. Battery on. Beacon lights selected on. Navigation lights on. Emergency lights on. Fuel left forward fuel pump selected on. APU. Starting APU now. Standby for APU. Connecting APU gen. IRS-1 mode. You set to nav IRS-2 mode. You set to nav. Align IRS now, Captain. Flight control switch A and B switch on. Spoiler switch A and B selected on. Alternate laps switch off. Yaw damper switch on. Audio on normal. EFI on normal. IRS nav set on normal. Utility bus. Emergency lights on. Fasten seatbelt sign on. No smoke lights selected on. Window heat switch on. Hydraulic pump on. Hydraulic pump switch on. Electrical fan 1 pump switch off. Electrical fan 2 pump selected off. Recirculating fan 1 on. Aircon pack left turned off. Aircon pack 2 auto. Isolation valve automatic. APU air bleed on. Bleed engine 1 selected on. Bleed air engine 2 selected on. Flight director on. Flight director to engage. Check oxygen your side. Auto brake rejected takeoff. Master caution button pressed.
Alright, captains, now that the pre-flight procedure is complete, we're going to go ahead and program the FMC. I disabled the voice recognition so that I can freely speak to you guys. So the iris is now aligning. Let's go ahead and key in our route. So we are departing Echo Papa Whiskey Alpha to Lima Oscar.
Hold on, Captain. Cockpit ready.
Whiskey. Okay. Let's go to the departure. So we're departing runway 11 today through the Even for Alpha, I believe. Let's just double check that real quick. Yep, that's correct. Even for Alpha. And we are going to be arriving through, let's see, the Miko 7 Whiskey. That's the one. ILS runway 34. And our transition would be the map for November. Alright. Route, and let's activate and execute that. Alright, so now according to our plan, we need to go to the first airway here, which is November 744. So November 744, and we will exit at Tossen. Okay, and from there we will take airway Mike 984, Mike 984, and we will exit at Mabud. Right there. Whoops. Sorry, Mikov. Mikov is the right one. That's the one there. Yeah. That looks correct now. Okay, execute. And let's take a look at our legs page. Everything looks fine. We need to just verify that this corresponds to the charts. I do still remember what the chart looked like. So, okay. Initial reference, let's go back to the index and go to performance. So our gross weight today, let's see here. Gross weight is 115.1, and plan zero fuel is 103.1, which is correct. And I'll put that there. Let's check our final altitude today is going to be 36,000 feet. 360. All right, and execute. N1 limit, we're going to leave it as, we're a bit heavy, so we'll leave things as they are. Takeoff, our center of gravity is 17.1, and that gives us a trim of about 4 units. And our V1 is 131, VR 133, and V2 is 142. So that is all set now. Let's take a final look here and see how things look. Yeah, they look fine. Okay, so 6,000, 4,000, 3,000. Okay, looks, you know, it confirms what we saw in the charts. So we are now ready for the pre-flight checklist. So I'll bring the voice recognition back on and then we can continue. Pre-flight checklist, please.
Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen.
Tested.
Navigation transfer switches.
Normal.
Display switches.
Auto.
Window heat.
On.
Pressurization mode selector.
Auto.
What exactly did you say? Auto.
Auto.
Would you please confirm? Auto. Okay.
Confirmed.
Excuse me, item doesn't match your reply. Pressurization mode selector. Check that item again, will you? Okay.
Reply item, please.
It's supposed to be auto flight instrument.
Checked.
Parking brake.
On.
Engine start levers.
Cut off.
Pre-flight check is complete.
Thank you.
No worries, at your service.
Set speed 142.
Setting speed 142.
Set transponder 2000.
Okay, transponder code 2000.
Before start checklist, please.
Before start checklist. Flight deck door.
Closed.
Fuel quantity.
As required.
Fuel pumps.
On.
Fuel all fuel pumps.
On.
Now set passenger sign selected on Windows.
Locked.
MCP.
Set.
Takeoff speeds.
Speeds set.
CDU pre-flight.
Completed.
Rudder and aileron trim.
Free and zero.
Taxi and takeoff briefing.
Completed.
Anti-collision light.
On.
Before start check is complete.
Cabin crew, close doors.
Affirmative, Commander.
Okay. Start engine 2, please.
Yep, starting engine number 2. Start valve open, engine 2. And 1. Fuel flow, engine 2. Starter cutout, engine 2.
Start engine 1.
Starter engage, engine 1. Fuel flow, engine 1. Starter cutout, engine 1.
Ground, you may disconnect now.
Roger, okay, say it again please. Frequency.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 5 selected.
Before taxi procedure, please.
Connecting to engine power and preparing for taxi. AC voltmeter set. Generator 1. Enable. Generator 2. Activated. Pitot heat on. Aircon pack left auto. Aircon pack 2 automatic. Isolation valve auto. APU bleed switch off. Sorry, it's not gonna be possible. Engine to start switch 1, 2. Continuous ignition. APU off. Taxi lights on. Turn off lights switch on. Master caution button pressed. Ready for taxi after flight. Controls check, Captain.
Set destination airport, Lima, Oscar, Whiskey, Whiskey.
Destination airport is Lima, Oscar, Whiskey, Whiskey. Do you concur?
Confirmed.
Cheers.
Before taxi checklist, please.
Before taxi checklist. Generators.
On.
Probe heat.
On.
Anti-ice.
As required.
Isolation valve.
Auto.
Engine start switches.
Ignition.
Recall.
Checked.
Auto brake.
RTO.
Fuel levers.
Idle.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Ground equipment.
Clear.
Before taxi check is complete.
Alright, captains, we are now ready to taxi. As you've witnessed through going through the flows, that some things weren't exactly correct, but overall, I'm pleased with where we are. So let's go ahead and release the parking brakes now and taxi to the runway. Alright, captains, so we are now approaching runway 11 for departure. And in just a moment I will re-enable the voice recognition so that we can do the before takeoff procedure and checklists, and then depart Poland. Alright, here we go. I think that's good enough. Okay, let's stop over here. Let's set the parking brake. Before takeoff procedure, please.
Turn off lights active now. Landing lights on. Navigation lights switch on. Taxi lights switch off. Transponder TARA. Ready for takeoff.
Arm auto throttle.
Sure, auto throttle activated.
Strobes on. Strobe lights on.
Strobe lights on.
Before takeoff checklist, please.
Before takeoff checklist. Flaps.
Set.
Stabilizer trim.
Set.
Before takeoff, check is complete.
Okay, parking brake is released.
Approaching 1-1. On runway 11.
Alright, here we go.
Forget it. $80 knots. V1. Rotate. V2 positive rate.
Gear up.
Roger, gear coming up.
Flaps up.
Flaps coming up. Flaps verified.
After takeoff procedure, please.
Auto brake off. Turn off lights. Disarm engine starter 1, 2. Turned off. Bleed air engine 2. Switch on gear up and secured APU. Air bleed turned off. Bleed engine 1 selected on.
After takeoff checklist, please.
After takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds.
On.
Packs.
Auto.
Landing gear.
Up and off.
Flaps.
Up, no lights.
After takeoff check is complete.
Do you have the latest weather?
Roger, let me grab the latest Met report cap. Wind calm, sailing and visibility okay, cloud base 2900 feet, dew point 13 degrees Celsius,
Altimeter
QNH
setting.
102 millibars.
Alright, captains. So as you can see, we are now climbing to our final altitude of 360. It shouldn't be a very long flight today, and it was a bit... the takeoff was a bit, I don't know, I kind of got a little bit, you know, busy with everything that's going on with this CoPilot. So he's supposed to make our life easier, but I somehow kind of had to watch for what he's doing. So all is well at the moment, and as you can see, you can request the CoPilot to do a lot of things for you. He can update you on the weather. He can handle ATC for you, so he can do actually what a CoPilot would actually do. So later on during the flight, we'll come back and we'll take a look at you know, more stuff and see what the CoPilot can do for us. So enjoy the flight, and I will see you guys back at 360. Captains, we continue our climb to 360. As you can see, there is a bit of you know, some bad weather ahead of us right there on the radar. It shouldn't be too bad, but hopefully it won't affect our flight. If I see that there are pockets of bad weather in our path, we may have to find an alternate airport and land there. But at the moment, I think it's fine. We should be okay. And as you can see, we are experiencing some turbulence, and that confirms that X-Plane 10.5 provides for both turbulence and winds aloft globally. Alright, captains, I'll see you back at 360. Let's check the weather with our check the weather with our CoPilot once we are at 360. Welcome back, captains. We are now at 360, which is our final cruising altitude for our flight today. What we're going to do now is we're going to check the weather with our CoPilot, and then let's actually take a quick look at our flight plan here. So it looks like our top of descent is not too far away from our top of climb, as you can see here. Let's go ahead and just try to increase this a bit. That's our top of descent right there. And you can see that there is some really bad weather ahead of us, but hopefully it will be fine. Okay, so let me put this back here. And let's go ahead and check the weather with our CoPilot. Do you have the latest weather?
Okay, let me grab the latest Met report, Cap. Wind 60 at 11 knots, sailing in visibility okay, cloud base 1200 feet, dew point 14 degrees Celsius, QNH 1022 millibars.
Thank you.
That's very kind from you.
Alright, captains, we have now reached Hotel Lima Vector, and we are not too far away from our top of descent at this point. What I'm going to do is, I don't think that we will be able to descend to 6,000 by the time we clear those two waypoints, considering this bad weather. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to begin our descent. What we'll do is we'll configure the aircraft for our landing. We'll dial in the frequencies for the ILS approach. We will reset the MCP altitude, and we will begin our descent shortly. Set altitude 6,000.
Setting altitude 6,000. Got that.
Set nav 108.10.
Okay, nav 108.1. Selected.
Set nav 2 108.10.
Roger, VOR 2 108.1.
Descent checklist, please.
Descent checklist. Pressurization.
Landing altitude set.
Recall.
Checked.
Auto brake. Master caution. Fuel config. FMC message.
As required.
Now set landing data.
Set.
Approach briefing.
Completed.
Descent checklist complete.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright, captains, at this point I'm going to go ahead and begin our descent. Let's take a look. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and start our descent now. And we'll do about 1,300 feet per minute. Captains, just before we make our way into Vienna, as you can see, the multi-crew experience offers a lot in terms of interaction with the crew. It's not exactly refined for X-Plane, I think, but it's still very enjoyable. There are a few things that I will probably instruct the CoPilot to do as we approach the airport. Things like setting the auto brake and maybe the lights and the speeds. Of course, flap settings as well. So we are making our way into Vienna right now. We are looking okay. We are at 26,000 feet, and this is our top of descent point. So let's take a quick look here. As you can see, we have about 23 nautical miles. Actually, we are a bit too high, and hopefully we'll be able to clear the this altitude, because we are currently 22.8 nautical miles from the Mabud waypoint, and we don't have much distance before the airport, as a matter of fact. So This is why the altitude is set to 6,000 and we're descending at 2,000 feet per minute. And hopefully we'll be able to clear that before. Let me reduce the range here. Yeah, as you can see, we don't have much really left. So hopefully we'll be able to clear the altitude. Some bad weather ahead of us, but shouldn't be a problem. We'll request the weather information as we approach Vienna, and our co-pilot will come in handy at that point, and he will provide us with the latest weather information as we approach the runway. Alright, captains, I'll see you back in just a little while. Alright, captains, we are now at, let's see here, we are at approximately 6,000 feet, so let's go ahead and request the weather from our co-pilot and configure the aircraft for our approach. Alright, let's come over here. Do you have the latest weather?
Got it. Let me grab the latest Met report, Cap. Wind 350 at 12 knots, visibility 4000 meters, cloud base 1700 feet, dew point 12 degrees Celsius, QNH 1020 millibars.
1020. Alright, set speed 220. Set speed 220.
Selecting speed 220.
Set altitude 3000.
Setting altitude 3000. Set.
Set auto brake 2.
Auto brake medium.
Landing procedure, please.
Engine start switch 1, 2. Continuous ignition. Turn off lights arm. Landing lights switch on. Spoilers arm.
Flaps
Ready
on.
for landing. Checklist speed check. Flaps 1 selected.
Alright, captains, we've now reached our final approach altitude, and we will maintain 3000 now until we're established on the localizer. Alright, looks like the localizer is now active. Set speed 170.
Selecting speed 170. Okay, what? Beg your pardon, speed
Set speed 170.
170. Forget it.
Flaps 5.
Sure, flaps 5 selected.
Alright, as you can see now, the needle started moving. Set speed 150.
Setting speed 150. Okay, what exactly did you say? Speed?
Positive.
Say the correct value you decide.
Flaps 15.
Got it. Flaps 15 selected.
Gear down.
Gear speed check. Going down.
Flaps 25.
Here, flaps 25 selected.
Flaps full.
Yep, flaps 40 selected.
Approaching. 3, 4.
Localizer alive. Glide slope alive. Glide slope catcher.
500.
500 feet.
Landing.
400. 300.
Glide slope.
Minimum
Glide slope.
200.
Landing.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope.
100.
Glide slope. Glide slope.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Reverse screen.
reverse thrust deployed.
After landing procedure, please.
Auto brake off. Transponder off. Spoilers disarmed. APU. Starting APU now. Taxi lights on. Strobe lights selected off. Landing lights off. Flaps going up. Flaps verified. Weather radar off. Engine starter 1, 2. Turned off. Engine anti-ice 1, 2 selected off. Auto throttle disarmed. After landing procedure complete.
And welcome to Vienna, captains. Alright, let's go ahead and park the aircraft somewhere right over here. This sounds like a good place to set parking brake, please.
Affirmative. Parking brake set.
Shutdown procedure, please.
Down. Aircraft. Parking brake set. Taxi lights turned off. Connecting APU gen. Seatbelt signs. Switch off. No smoking sign. On. Window heat. Selected off. Pitot heat off. Yaw damper selected off. Beacon lights switch off. Electrical pump 1 pump selected off. Electrical pump 2 pump off. Fuel all fuel pumps turned off. Fuel left forward fuel pump on. Utility bus. Master caution button pressed. Ready for shutdown checklist.
Cabin crew open doors. Ground open cargo doors.
Opening the doors, Captain.
Shutdown checklist, please.
Shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps
Off.
fuel all fuel pumps switch off. Now set probe heat.
Off.
Hydraulic panel
Set.
flaps.
Up.
Parking brake.
As required.
Engine start levers.
Cut off.
Weather radar.
Off.
Shutdown checklist complete.
Secure aircraft procedure, please.
Sorry, didn't get you. Secure aircraft procedure.
Confirmed.
Cheers. Securing aircraft. Captain, IRS 1 mode. You set to off. IRS 2 mode. You set to off. Yaw damper switch off. Emergency lights selected off. Window heat switch off. Aircon pack left off. Aircon pack 2 off. Isolation valve switch off. Recirculating fan 2 turned off. APU bleed air selected off. APU off.
Captains, I hope that you've enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. Of course, there were a lot of mistakes done by both myself and the co-pilot during this flight. It takes practice to really master using multi-crew experience, and I think with time it can be an extremely enjoyable plugin for X-Plane 10. Until we meet again, captains, please take care of yourselves and each other. I will see you all very soon. Don't forget to enter the giveaway if you haven't already done so. Bye-bye for now.